All right, so this is a 37-year-old who has no friends, no family, feeling left behind in life. Um, and his name is Hakakamori. And this was actually 2 years ago. Well, he was 37 2 years ago. I don't know where he's at now. He's only made 3 videos, and yet he's able to gather over 6,000 subs. I mean, he must have really won the algorithm with that, but it's unfortunate that he did not continue his YouTube channel, but I mean, 3 videos hitting over 6K subs is crazy. I mean, unless he did post something afterwards but decided to like delete them or private them, then that is incredibly impressive to do. So, let's get right to it.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to discuss a lack of accomplishment, a lack of moving forward with your life, a lack of fulfilling any ambitions or dreams you might have had. Um, in regards to my current state of depression, anxiety, and um, general restlessness and irritability, which I really suffer from, I think a lot of it comes from past regret, lack of things that I followed through with in my life, constantly giving up on things. Um, although I think I've done quite a lot in my life.
Yeah, it's those past flashbacks. Like when you're feeling the present is not where you want to be, you start to get those regrets. You get those flashbacks that just comes up and haunts you, makes you jittery, makes you like look a bit like a fool in front of everybody if you don't control it right. So I can feel where he's coming from.
I can't help but feel like I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the same pattern. And although I've travelled the world and I've seen everything from Brazil to China to Indonesia, I've been to all these places
Okay,
and
so he's
experienced a lot of
done
things.
he's done so many things. He's done a lot of traveling. So I mean that must have been his coping mechanism. I would assume back when he was younger, in his 20s, maybe early 30s ish.
In my life. I still feel like my life is lacking and missing a lot. One of the main things is I'm 37 years old now. I don't have any friends at all to speak of, not one single friend. And I used to have friends. You know, when I was younger, I used to have friends. And throughout the years, throughout all my travelling and all this stuff, I've met people and people have just came and went and the good friends that I had here back at home, they just all disappeared, got their own families, and they all have children and wives and all this. And I find myself just back home in the house that I grew up in. I've been in this house since I was a little baby, basically.
Yeah. And I mean like that's the common thing. Like when you have friends from elementary, middle, high school, college, if you went to college, just come in, they're your buddies, you get along with whatever thing, and then as time goes on, you pretty much drift your own path and you never really see each other or contact each other again. Even if you are quote unquote Facebook friends, I mean, you basically don't really talk to each other. It is a sad reality. And I mean, for the most part, they start family, but overall, family or not, it's like you just drift apart.
Um, I'm stuck here
And
where I
it
was
is
born.
also, I wanted to add to, it is rare. It's very rare for a group of friends who've met in elementary or even high school to stay together for decades though. And sadly, it's not like that situation where you have like a group of friends sticking together forever. You know, it's not like reality TV.
In the same house, 37, alone, no children, no wife, and everyone around me seems to have moved on with their life, and I'm stuck here, like in a never ending Groundhog Day repeated cycle of nothingness. And I think that takes a huge toll on my mental health. It's almost as if I'm trapped. I'm restless. I'm so irritable. Like, why hasn't my life moved forward? Why am I stuck like this? Um, why am I unable to find love or somebody that loves me for who I am? Um, you know, something something about eternal love or finding someone who would want to spend their life with you and all this. I've never found it, and I guess that's another reason. You know,
I
I think
mean,
everyone.
it is hard to find genuinely. I wouldn't just say love, but just genuinely good people overall, especially during post COVID. And I know I know that people nowadays, they're more stuck up, they're more, they will do whatever they can to get their way or whatnot. It is unfortunate. I mean, I do believe that there is good people still out there, but it's a matter of like really finding it though. It's a matter of luck and how well you can fix yourself pretty much. And I know fixing yourself is a lot easier said than done.
Out there needs love. They need to love and be loved and feel wanted, or feel like somebody at least cares about you, you know. And I think when you don't have that, it kind of just it makes you kind of feel empty in a way, kind of empty and lost, and you don't know where you are, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing. You feel like your life doesn't have a purpose. And I think as soon as you feel like your life doesn't have a purpose, or you're not useful to anyone or anything, of course you're going to feel
Yeah,
down
it's a
about that. Who
shitty
wouldn't?
feeling.
You know, it
You
really takes
look
its
at your
toll on you,
phone and
and
it's
I
like you
think that's
got
where I
no
am now.
messages.
I just feel like that every day. You know, nobody to talk to, nobody to cheer me up, nobody to have a laugh with or anything. Nobody to hug, nobody to cuddle, nobody to feel any sort of warmth with or anything. It's just a never-ending cycle of loneliness and
I
uh,
mean, let me
stuck in my
just
own thoughts,
continue this.
dealing with anxiety symptoms or fear, worry, money worries, of course.
Yeah. Okay. For the whole money situation thing. Um. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know his past, but for what I'm getting at, he must have not gotten into a relationship, because the fact that he's talking about, man, I want to cuddle with a woman, I want to do this, I want it just goes to show he has like little to no relationship experience. He doesn't feel, he probably has like, he's he's more likely bad with, I wouldn't say bad, but I would say he just lacks the experience talking to women, or just even holding a relationship overall. But again, I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe he was in a relationship but ended up in a bad one. I don't know.
I don't have a job. You know, all these things. Who's going to love you if you don't have a job? Um, most women, I think most women out there look for security first and foremost before they even care about anything else. And they want a man that is got a good job and earn good money or can provide for the family or whatever. You know, I don't have any of that either. I used to. I used to be an engineer. I used to earn a lot of money, and
Yeah.
I basically squandered all that money on traveling and
Oh
seeing things in the world.
shit. Yeah. See, that's it though. I mean, you made good money, but you squandered it away, living in the moment. I know it's so that lifestyle creep is real. I mean, the thing is, that's how you really have to, like you have to have that addiction to saving. I'm just glad. I mean, I'm not trying to flaunt about myself or anything here, but I'm just glad that I have that addiction to saving and investing, because otherwise I would have more likely been screwed. I would have scrutinized myself, but for folks like this man over here, I mean, I don't know his actual name. Um he just lived in the moment and just used traveling as his way of coping, and traveling it is expensive. It does not come cheap, even if you fly at the cheapest airlines or stay at the cheap places. It's still, you cannot, like, I mean, I don't know what this guy did, but yeah, he really did screw himself big time, and now he's 37 years old with like a zero net worth at most, more likely negative. I don't know if he's in debt or what, if he has credit card debts or whatever, but the way he squandered it away. I mean, that's, oh man.
I didn't save anything. I didn't put anything aside for times like
Yeah.
this. So I did kind of live the life of the here and now rather than plan for the future. And a lot of the the bad things that are going on in my life now could have been prevented if I had been more sensible and done things differently when I was younger, but I didn't, you know. So it's too late to go back and change anything now. And yeah, of course, if we could go back in time, we probably a lot of people would probably do many things differently. But at the same time, I got to see the world. I got to see a lot of things. I got to experience different cultures and different people and all these things. But at the same time, I left myself maybe worn out, and I sacrificed my security financially and all that for all them things. And, you know, I don't
I
know what's
mean,
right and what's wrong, but
I'm not trying to say what he did was wrong. I mean, he could have still traveled and he could have still traveled and did whatever he wanted, but if he had some of that addiction to saving your money or what, I mean, this kind of situation would not be this bad. He could have been like, "Hey, I have some money. I have at least a 9 month emergency fund and like a few tens of thousands of dollars in my 401k Roth IRA, whatever." And at least he still has something to his name. But this is what happens when you live in the moment too much. You let your insecurities get into the way of things, and it gets to the point where you squander everything you have until you have nothing.
I've left myself in a precarious situation now because in my current state, I don't feel really fit to work. And that's the honest truth.
See,
I
and
feel like I'm
now he's worn out, and he
far
doesn't
too
want to.
unstable to hold
He
down any
doesn't.
sort of
He's
job
too
now.
unstable to work.
Everything in my life now is really unstable. I can't sleep properly. My sleeping pattern is all over the place. I'm constantly having anxiety symptoms and um,
That's
a lack of
horrible,
motivation,
man.
a lack of care for anything.
Like
I know if I had a job now, right, I wouldn't care less about it. I wouldn't even care less about waking up for it in the morning and getting there on time, listening to what a boss has got to tell me, carrying out the task with any sort of competency. I wouldn't care. You know, when you don't care about anything, and I mean anything, you don't care about life itself. It's very hard to get motivated about a job or anything for that matter. And it sounds like somebody feeling sorry for themselves, like, oh god, this guy just feeling sorry for himself, and get up off your ass, get a job, sort yourself out. I don't know. It's not as easy as that. I've got this mental block that's just like takes over everything, and even if you do have ambitions and wants and needs and want to do things, on the other side of the coin, you don't care about doing anything or want to do anything.
shit.
It's like a never-ending cycle of hell. It's very
It,
weird and strange to explain, but when
I mean,
you live it, you'd understand it.
I mean, like as you get older, your tolerance of taking shit at whether at work or whatever, it becomes less and less because when you're in your 20s up to your early mid 30s, you still have a lot of youth, and as time goes on, like your mental and your physical state starts to deteriorate, and that's why saving money, even if it's a little bit, is important. I mean, the earlier you are in life, the easier it is. But especially since now he's got nothing to his name, he's probably thinking like, okay, you know what? What's the point of me working when all I'm gonna do is just squander this money away? What's the point? I got no motivation. You know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I don't want to try anymore. And that's a really sad and like harsh, like it's really like it's fucked up. It's really fucked up to even get into that kind of position. And I mean, I don't know where he's at right now since this was 2 years ago. I mean, he's 39, probably maybe 40 right now, but I'm hoping he's doing better and he's gotten himself back on track. But like by the way he's been going with his life, he just shut down. He just shut down. He's thinking like, I got no family, no friends. What's the point? Like, even if I make money, I'm just gonna burn it and squander it. So why try?
I was wondering if anyone else out there feels like this. I guess this sort of being stuck thing didn't really affect me as much when I was younger because I felt like, I'm just young, you know, I'm stuck now, but whatever, I've got all my life to sort it out. But now I'm 37 and I'm still stuck. I'm still frozen in time. Nothing in my life has moved forward and moved on. I just look around and I see everyone else seems like they've got happy families and all these things going on, and then there's me just stuck sitting in my bedroom alone every day with nobody to talk to and nobody to love or anything. And it's um
Ah,
it's almost
shit,
soul
man.
destroying, actually, and it makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. Why does nobody like me? Why does nobody love me? Why does nobody want to spend their life with me? Why does no one want to be my friend? Um, I don't know. I don't know the reasons, but it certainly doesn't feel good. It doesn't make a person feel happy. That's for sure. Yeah, being stuck like this. I was wondering if there's anybody else out there that feels like this, especially people that are getting on in age. Like when you start hitting like your late 30s and stuff like me, 37. Um, it's almost as if you feel more desperate to
Yeah.
um, move on with your life and feel like you're going somewhere because you're getting older. You think like, whoa, am I going to get to sort of 57 next, 47 next, 57 next, 67 next, and still be
Yeah,
in this
and it's a
position? Am I
nasty,
still going to be a
nasty fact.
nothing, never
And
done anything?
that's the reason why I like to base my channel off of reacting to guys who are above the age of 30 and struggling like this. I mean, for young folks like DBDR, um excuse me, you name them. Yeah, they're young, they're struggling, but I mean, they still got some time. And I'm not trying to say that they're living an easier life, but I'm saying like they still have that youth where they can turn things around. But for someone who's above the age of 30 or 35, even 40, that's when shit really really hits the fan. I would say like in your 30s you still got some time, but of course it's harder. And then by 40 it's like holy shit, now you were once playing on hard mode, now you're gonna play like insane mode at 40 plus. So I could see how like really that this is such a nasty path to go to. And if anybody's young, if you're still in your 20s, I mean, there's one thing I would take out of More Hope Less Cope's words. I mean, the way they said it, they like, get off the get off the black pill shit, get off that, get out of it, do something, try, all right? Try and try, put yourself out there. I don't care if you bomb, you do well or what, at least you fucking try, all right?
Never
Man, my
achieved
internet's
anything.
acting up.
Never had a family. Is this me? Is this all I've got to offer the world? And my life is going to be over then?
Oh,
And look back
shit.
and think, whoa, I didn't give anything back to this planet. I just sat around in a bedroom feeling constant fear for God knows how many years. Is that all I've got to offer this world? Really? I hope not. I hope that's not the case.
Oh man, I oh my goodness. Yeah, I do hope this man turns his life around. I mean, I know for a general advice, of course, try to look at what positives you have, like what hobbies you have or whatnot. Just try to just try to increase your self-worth. And again, all this is easier said than done, and I know this is really difficult. And I mean, if I had a magic wand and help him and everybody else solve their problems, and then I would have done something. If But apparently this is a really really difficult case to get out of. And I mean, just going to 40. I mean, he does sort of remind me of Romeo 1983. He's not a black pillar, he's not part of the Inkwell or a Manosphere, but the guy is almost or was almost 40 years old. He squandered away all of his life savings. I believe it was like almost $100,000 Australian dollars or something that he squandered away, and then now he's like playing catch up at 39, 40 years old. And it's like you don't want to get yourself in that kind of position. And yeah. Anyways, guys, I think I went on way too long here, probably like 20 minutes. My apologies for that, but I had some things to say here. It may have been repetitive, but hey, that's that's how I am here. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this and have a good one.